Safe. The Safe class is one of the most misunderstood in the SCP Foundation. Safe does not mean harmless, friendly, or incapable of destruction. Instead, it means the Foundation has reliable, proven methods to contain it. Predictability is the difference. If the rules are followed, nothing unexpected should happen. Many Safe-class SCPs are inanimate, artifacts, tools, or objects with unusual properties. SCP-500, the miraculous pill that cures any disease, is safe. Its effects are consistent and well documented. SCP-912, the Clockworks, transforms anything placed inside it, but it operates within parameters the Foundation understands. Even SCP-999, the Tickle Monster, though highly benevolent, is safe because containment is simple, but safe does not mean risk-free. Mishandle one, and it can still kill. A mislabeled SCP can easily breed complacency, and complacency kills more researchers than anomalies do. The Safe class reminds us that classification is about containment difficulty, not threat level. Something capable of ending the world could still be safe if the Foundation knows exactly how to keep it locked away. The word safe is almost ironic, because the true danger lies in underestimating what hides behind the label. Euclid-class SCPs make up the Foundation's most common and most unpredictable category. They are anomalies that resist simple rules. Unlike Safe-class entities, Euclids do not behave consistently. Their properties may shift, their behaviors may change, and containment is never guaranteed. SCP-173, the infamous sculpture, is Euclid. It moves faster than the eye can track, but only when unobserved. Containment requires constant attention, creating endless risks. SCP-096, the Shy Guy, is another example. Harmless until someone sees its face. The moment that happens, containment collapses in catastrophic failure. Not all Euclids are living beings. Some are entire locations, dimensions, or even phenomena. They may appear inert for weeks, then suddenly breach because their true nature isn't fully understood. The Foundation considers Euclids to be dangerous variables, not inherently hostile, but unpredictable enough to be treated as a permanent threat. Euclid-class anomalies embody uncertainty. They remind the Foundation that knowledge itself is a weapon, and ignorance is the greatest weakness. Safe is predictable. Keter is relentless. Euclid is the gap between them, the unknown lurking in the space where rules break down. With Euclids, containment is never permanent. It is only a temporary compromise with the unknown. Keter-class SCPs are the Foundation's nightmares. They resist containment at every turn. Some adapt to new barriers. Others exploit flaws in security systems. What defines them isn't hostility, but the sheer impossibility of keeping them locked away. SCP-682, the hard-to-destroy reptile, is the perfect example. The Foundation has tried countless termination methods, and the creature adapts to them all. SCP-106, the Old Man, slips through walls by corroding matter and retreats into its personal pocket dimension. SCP-939, a predatory pack species, mimics human voices to lure prey. It escapes as easily as it kills. Keter containment requires elaborate systems, multiple layers of reinforced chambers, constant monitoring, and sometimes even the use of other SCPs to maintain security. Even then, breaches are frequent and usually catastrophic. But Keter does not always mean hostile. Some anomalies simply exceed the Foundation's technological limits. Their properties make practical containment impossible. The Keter designation is not a judgment of intent, but of difficulty. It means the Foundation is engaged in a losing battle. Each breach is expected, each strategy temporary. Keter-class SCPs are proof that some monsters cannot be caged, only delayed. Thaumiel-class SCPs are paradoxes. Instead of being contained, they are used by the Foundation to contain others. These anomalies are rare, highly classified, and known only to the highest-ranking personnel. To most of the Foundation, they are whispers, rumors, or forbidden files. SCP-2000, Deus Ex Machina, is one such example. A massive underground facility beneath Yellowstone, it holds the terrifying power to repopulate Earth with cloned humans in the event of extinction. SCP-2578, another Thaumiel, exists on a planetary scale and is manipulated by the Foundation as a safeguard against larger threats. The defining trait of Thaumiel-class anomalies is utility. They are dangerous in their own right, but their usefulness outweighs the risks. These are weapons, safeguards, and last resort tools for when all else fails. Thaumiel SCPs are often kept secret, even from other researchers. Only the O5 Council and select personnel are given clearance. Their very existence reveals a truth the Foundation rarely admits. In a world where containment is fragile, sometimes the only way to fight monsters is with something even stranger. Thaumiel is not just a class. It is the Foundation's hidden trump card, a symbol of both hope and desperation. Apollyon. Apollyon class SCPs are the Foundation's absolute worst-case scenario. They are not just dangerous, they are unstoppable. Unlike Keter, which is brutally difficult but at least theoretically containable, Apollyon means collapse is guaranteed. When an SCP is given this designation, it signals the failure of the Foundation's very mission: secure, contain, protect. A famous example is the SCP-001 proposal, When Day Breaks. In this reality, the sun itself becomes a weapon. Its rays melt every living creature into a horrific soup of biomass. No wall, no bunker, no barrier keeps it out. The Foundation cannot stop it. All they can do is record humanity's final days. Another is SCP-3999, a reality bender so powerful it can rewrite existence itself. Containment protocols are meaningless when the rules of reality change at its whim. 1 second, you exist. The next, you're erased. The word Apollyon is drawn from the angel of destruction in Scripture. It is chosen deliberately. Apollyon does not simply mean danger, it means inevitability. Humanity has already lost. The only question is how long it can cling to survival before the end arrives. Archon. Archon-class SCPs are anomalies the Foundation chooses not to contain, not because they are harmless, but because containment would cause more damage than leaving them free. They are stable in their natural state. Disturbing them could trigger disaster. Imagine an anomaly that quietly prevents global catastrophes simply by existing. Trying to lock it away might cancel its effect and doom humanity. Some Archons are so deeply woven into culture, history, or even reality itself that removing them would be impossible without shattering the world. Archon SCPs reflect the Foundation's pragmatism. It cannot treat every anomaly like a beast to cage or an object to lock away. Sometimes inaction is the safest choice. Unlike Apollyon, Archons are not unstoppable. Unlike Keter, they are not uncontrollable. They represent a different kind of risk, the danger of interference. For example, several SCP-001 proposals describe Archon-like entities whose very presence keeps the universe functioning. Archon is a reminder of humility. It means the Foundation accepts that containment isn't always possible. Sometimes the smartest move is to do nothing, to let the balance hold, and pray it does not break. Ticonderoga. Ticonderoga-class SCPs are obscure, rarely mentioned, and even more rarely assigned. They describe anomalies that cannot be contained but do not need to be. These entities exist beyond the Foundation's reach, but unlike Apollyons, they pose no active threat to humanity. The name originated with SCP-444, the first anomaly formally assigned this classification. Ticonderoga is believed to be more codename than description, chosen by the classification committee as an internal marker. Picture a being with unimaginable power, capable of reshaping entire realities, yet indifferent to humanity. To attempt containment would be impossible. To try would be pointless. These are anomalies the Foundation simply acknowledges, and then avoids. Ticonderoga-class SCPs are unsettling because they admit powerlessness. The Foundation thrives on control. Its motto is secure, contain, protect. But this class is a quiet confession. There are gods walking the edges of our world, and the Foundation can do nothing about them. Ticonderoga is rare, but its presence in the database serves as a chilling reminder. Not every anomaly can be fought. Not every anomaly must be. Sometimes, survival means hoping that the indifferent remain indifferent. Decommissioned. Decommissioned class SCPs are anomalies the Foundation has deliberately removed from existence. These are not explained cases, where science reveals a rational explanation. Decommissioning is an active choice. It means the Foundation decided an anomaly was too costly, too dangerous, or too pointless to maintain. Sometimes, an SCP demanded far too many resources for containment. Other times, the risk outweighed the value of study. In rare cases, decommissioned entries exist because the Foundation itself chose to erase them from record, striking them from the database as a historical footnote. For example, SCP-173 once had companion entries that were quietly decommissioned when redundancy became clear. In practice, this means the Foundation occasionally turns to termination, despite its philosophy of preservation. Decommissioned SCPs often feel like obituaries. They read as quiet acknowledgments of failure, reminders that the Foundation is not all-powerful. It can destroy, it can erase, and sometimes that is the only option left. The decommissioned tag represents the limits of control. When containment fails, when research ends, the Foundation chooses destruction. It is both the ultimate loss and the ultimate act of authority. Hiemal class SCPs are anomalies defined by balance. They exist as pairs, or sometimes entire systems, locked together in delicate opposition. Alone, each is catastrophic. Together, they cancel out, stabilizing into something the Foundation can tolerate. Some Hiemal cases involve two entities locked in eternal conflict, like predator and prey frozen in stalemate. Others are ecosystems or cycles, where destructive forces neutralize one another. The Foundation's role is not to contain them, but to ensure nothing disrupts the balance. Imagine one SCP radiating endless heat, while another endlessly absorbs it. Separately, both could devastate the planet. Together, they nullify each other, creating an uneasy peace. If either side is removed, the world collapses. Hiemal SCPs are among the least understood. They reveal a truth the Foundation is reluctant to face. Not every anomaly can be dominated. Some must be preserved exactly as they are. Containment in this case means respecting the fragile line between destruction and survival. Break the balance and the world pays the price. Hiemal is a philosophy as much as a classification. It acknowledges that survival sometimes depends not on control, but on maintaining a fragile, unnatural harmony.
Subscribe for more interesting stuff. Tell us your experience in the comments.